Hello, my beautiful people. How are you doing? How is your day? How is your week? How is your month? Hopefully, everything is going well. Welcome back to another tutorial. And in today's tutorial, it's all about Brazilian wool. And guys, I can't wait to share with you something new I realized about Brazil wool. But what? This is the look of the day. So if you're my returning subscriber, thank you so much, honey, for coming back. I do appreciate your love and your support. But if you're new to this family, you're welcome. My name is Glorim Tui, and in this channel is all about hair tutorial. And if that is kind of content you like, kindly give this video a big thumbs up, because if you do so, YouTube will push this video to more people. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notification bell so that you don't miss anything when I post. So I'll be using Brazil wool, and in back I use 12 inches long to get to this length. And then I go ahead and I cut, then I stretch the wool, because this hairstyle you need to get thin ends. So at first I take 8 strands, and then you have to stretch the wool. You can brush through, but I realize if you do that you will lose a lot. So what I do, I take every strand and I make sure they are uneven, and I find that is very easy, and it takes short time more than to comb all the wool through. So I do what I'm doing. As you can see, make sure they're uneven so that you can get thin ends, and that it will be easier and it will make your wool look much better. So after I finish, don't use brush. Don't do that, because yeah, you will lose a lot. Use big comb. And then I realize when you put on something, I just want to put on my leg so that you can see what I'm doing. And then don't brush. It's just like pulling the comb through to the end easily, and you can see the wool stretched very easily and fast. And then keep doing. You can repeat the same process like 5-6 times, then you'll be good. And you can see the difference, the side I stretched and the side I didn't. And then this is how both sides look like, just like our natural hair. And then I'm going to put this aside, and I take 4 more strands, and then I repeat exactly the thing to make sure they are uneven, and then I stretch them. Just like this. Take your comb again, then make your comb pass through, not so powerful, and then repeat the same process for a couple times. Yeah, just like this way. So I did all of this process a day before, because I was planning, like when I start to braid, I want to go really fast. I don't want to waste time to prep my wool. So I did this a day before. And then here we are. You have to braid your hair. This tutorial is beginner friendly. Even if you don't know how to braid, this is very easy hairstyle. So part your hair, make sure you get one hair wax that works good on your hair. You may either decide to go with small, but I realized this hairstyle, it doesn't need to do small sections because the wool will be a lot. Like go with medium or bigger section to enjoy your hairstyle, especially if you are in the country that is humid. So after I part the section, I go ahead and I prepare the base. But before that, I apply some hair wax again on my hair. You need a little hair wax, not too much. And then I do 3 regular braids, just like the way we do regular braids. I divide my natural hair into 3 and then I braid like several steps. If you don't know, don't worry, you can pause and rewatch again and again, because once you keep watching, you will have more idea what I'm doing here. So every time when I braid the middle section, I make sure it goes under my thumb finger. I didn't braid much because we're just preparing the base. I braid like maybe 6-7 times only, and then I just leave it like that and I jump into the other section, which I repeat exactly the same thing. I apply some hair wax, and then I divide my hair into 3 and I start to braid just like the way we do regular braids. If you don't know, divide your natural hair into 3, and then you may either decide to pick the hair from right or from the left. The good thing about doing box braid, there is no formula. Like you have to start to pick from right or you have to start to pick from the left. You may either decide to pick from any side, left or right or middle. The result will be the same. And then I keep going, go like 5, 6, 7, up to 10. And this is how the base looks like. So here I take 4 strands, the separate 4 strands I stretch, and then I crochet them together with my natural hair, and I make sure they are even. I mean, both sides are even. Before I start to braid, I make sure I take hair wax again and I apply on my natural hair so that it will be easier for me to tuck in my natural hair. So go ahead and apply some hair wax on your hair so that you'll be able to tuck your hair well. And then these are the 8 strands, and this is how I hold them. So here is my middle finger, thumb finger, and my index finger. And then here what I'm doing is 3 strands. But since I already crocheted the middle one, I only grab the 2 one and I start to braid. Regular braid, pick from right to left, left to right, simple like this way. And when I am braiding, I make sure I tuck my natural hair so that I can allow my hairstyle to last longer. So you have to try your best to tuck in your hair to make your hair look neat and then to last longer. So here I also braid like 5 or 6 times, and then I start to do loose braids. So I'm just putting them on top of each other, not like tying at all. Just make sure you do loose braids, not too loose, but loose braids. But even if I'm doing loose braid, I'm trying my best to tuck in my natural hair. And then I keep doing loose braids. As you can see, the way I'm moving my fingers, they are so relaxed. I don't use energy at all. I just make sure every side is on top of other side. Hopefully this makes sense. And when I almost done with my braids, I go back to regular twists. I make sure I do tight braids. because you don't want this wool to unravel. So go ahead and do tight, and then you'll get the ends will be good more than to do loose. And then I keep going till the end of the wool. As you can see, down looks really thin compared with up. That's the another advantage to stretch your hair and to make sure they are even before you start to braid. And yeah, this is how the wool look like after I finish the braid. Again, I take 4 strands and I crochet the wool together with my natural hair or on my natural hair, and then I hold them together. But before I braid, I make sure both sides are even, and I apply some hair wax on my natural hair. Make sure I tuck in my hair, especially if your hair is natural, you know it's a bit hard to tuck in, and then they are so easy to show. I mean our natural hair is so easy to show flies. So after maybe 2 weeks you'll start to see your hair even if you tuck them. So they the more you tuck them well, the better you're going to last with your hairstyle. So after I braid couple steps, and then I start to do loose braids. And even if I'm doing loose braid, I make sure I'm tucking my hair, and then I keep braiding till the almost the end of the wool, and then I do regular braids. When I say regular braids, I mean I tie just like the way we braid the braids tighty, not like loose braids. Okay, here I'm done. Honestly speaking, I never put the wool in hot water after I braid. This is my very first time and I was so impressed. I find it, guys, why nobody told me if you put your wool in hot water, they become so soft. Things I never knew before. This is the thing I told you. I learned something new about this hairstyle. And from now, every hairstyle I'm going to do with wool, I'm going to put them in hot water before I'm in the end. So after I finish the braid, I realized the end does not look good as I want. So I decide to add some accessories, but you may either decide to leave them like this. But if you have some hair accessories, then go ahead and spice up your look a little bit. So in every strand I put 3, and because this brown color I have very few of them, only 22, I decide to just put 1 in some braids, not all of them because they are only 22. So I picked some of them and make sure all of them, I mean some braids they got. And after that, I take my rubber band and I secure the end to make sure my accessories does not, my accessories will not fall. And then this is how I mix the accessories, and then take your rubber band, secure them, and then take your scissor, cut the wool, the excess wool, and then you're good to go. And guys, look at this hairstyle. I'm so in love with this hairstyle. I never did something like this, and wow, I'm so happy for the final look. Can you see how the hair slay? So guys, this is the final result. So hopefully you enjoy watching this video and you get something new. If you do, don't forget to give this video a big thumb up, subscribe, and don't forget to share with your loved one you wish they know how to do this hairstyle, or you want them to rock this hairstyle. And you can style this hairstyle in so many ways. I love you guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye.